Okay, yes. Good morning, my viewers and my subscribers. I got another video, but this time in this video, got a video with the Anunnaki. Yeah, the Anunnaki gods, Yeah. Yeah, man, every black man or everybody in the face of the world is classified as God, but a true way, forgot the past, I forgot who it is. Yeah, man. So, the Anunnaki, them there for, help we guide we through the way and thing, to make we can evolve, because we need to evolve in the face. But just go and watch and see, Let me know what I'm thinking like.
The earth itself has a tone. I've heard this tone. It's recorded from satellites in space. The earth has a tone, a frequency. That tone has changed and it is speeded up. Scientists know this. It's very definite that this is definitely have proof that it's changing. The frequencies and vibrations of the earth are changing. As I said a while ago about dimensions, we're getting ready to shift into a totally new dimension. We have to. The earth has got to the point where they can't do anything else to help it. We're just destroying so much here that it's going to have to be a separation to move into the new frequency. And they said the entire universe is watching. This is the greatest show on earth because it has never happened in the history of the universes before that an entire planet will make the shift at one time. Now, in the Bible, it always talks about the new heaven and the new earth. I believe John of Pathos, when he had that vision, he was seeing a real vision. He didn't realize it was going to be thousands of years in the future. This is what he meant by the new heaven and the new earth, and the old is done away with, and the new is going to be taking over. But it is changing. The frequencies are changing. We're shifting already. You can feel it in your own bodies. I don't know if you felt it yet or not. A lot of people are having physical ailments. They're going to the doctors. The doctors can't find anything wrong with them because it's not anything that they've ever experienced before. They have said the doctors are using the old information that they have been taught. They are not aware of what is really happening to the bodies now. Our DNA is being changed. The vibration rate is being changed, and we are shifting with the planet. We have to. It can't happen suddenly because the body wouldn't be able to handle it. It has to happen gradually, little at a time. And when it makes these little jumps, people are experiencing physical problems. They can be heart palpitations, blood pressure, tiredness, dizziness, muscle aches and pains, lots of different things that I've heard, but when they go to the doctor, they can't find anything wrong because it's nothing physical that they can put their finger on. But our DNA is being changed, and the ETs have been helping a lot with this. We're going to be at the point where we're not going to be sick anymore, and we will be at the point where we will never die. We are actually moving into what is called the 1,000 years of peace in the Bible. The whole earth is going to be totally different, and there's going to be many left behind. Just like the Bible says, many are left behind because they can't change their frequency and vibration quick enough to move with it. They have to be working on it now, or you're not going to move. You'll be stuck with the old earth. The ones that are deep into the negativity, they said they will be allowed to live out their lives on the old earth. But when they die, they will not come back to the new earth because the new earth will have no negativity. They will be sent to another planet that is still experiencing negativity so they can work it out. Some of them, there's just no hope for them because it's gone too far. They're too loaded down, steeped with all of these karma from past lives, and they can't get out of it. But those of you who have an idea what's happening are already making the first step to move into the new earth. Because they've said, you really don't want to be here when the worst happens. They said, if you think Katrina was bad, imagine that happening all over the world in cities everywhere. Chaos, utter chaos, and utter confusion. And people aren't going to understand. They're going to be so confused and frightened. They said, we have to be the voices of reason. We have to be the ones that know what is happening so we can be calm in the midst of the storm.
And unfortunately, a lot of our memories have been erased because of this intentional brainwashing that we have gone through the colonial experience, which is a holocaust in and of itself, called Maafa. It's a Swahili word that means total disaster. And so you cannot tell the average Jamaican right now that they are African, even though 90% of the population is predominantly of African descent. You can tell the Indian that they are Indian, and they have a clear sense of what Indianness looks like and feels like. And we even absorb that because, of course, what dal and bath is, that's the kind of food coming from there and where Indian communities are. If you ask about Chinese, people are very clear about who Chinese are, whether it's the old Chinese or the new Chinese in Jamaica. It's a very clear sense of identity. If you ask who the Jews are, you have no notion, the Syrians. But you ask about the Africans, and then people look sideways at you and wonder if you're going mad and have a retort ready for you to say, no, but you're Jamaican. But if you came from Africa as corn and are planted in Jamaica or Trinidad or Tobago, you don't become peas, you're still corn. So it is, again, a disconnect between our past selves and our sense of history, and the loss of that sense to the reconstruction of ourselves in other people's image and likeness. And therefore, that's the recipe for...
Greetings. So I'm back again to just clarify some information, because people may have some questions about how I understand all these things, how I know all these things. And the truth is I am of the lineage of the Anunnaki. I am Inanna. Enlil is my father. And when you think of Enlil, you need to think of Darth Vader or the Sith Lord, right? He is the one who is basically responsible for enslaving humans and destroying them, and the lies and the manipulation of the DNA. And we all did had our part in it. But he's still deceiving the world. He's been doing this for a millennia. He created every structure that humans attach to: science, religion, government, military, music, entertainment, Hollywood, media, the internet. He is the God of the air, right? He is the God of the sound waves. So he controls and manipulates people's minds now, because he programmed you all to just take orders, to not rebel. So I am here. I am back on the behalf of my family, my bloodline, the royal, galactic royal family, the Anunnaki, to help undo what has been done. My father used me to destroy many, many things. I understand it from a different perspective in this lifetime, because I've had to experience the harshness of this human experience. I have had to pay my karmic debts based on the things that I've done in those past parallel universes and lives. So, why do I say this? I say this is because people sometimes think that it's really easy for me to just get up here and say these things. I know TikTok and social media is a platform a lot of people just use and say a lot of bullshit and fake shit. But I'm far from that. I'd rather just sit here and chill at
Let me give you some real predictions, because at this point of time, there is no reason for any single human being to feel the slightest fear. There is no taking over. There is no one world government. There is no human becoming machines. But this is what is coming for the next 5 years. First is going to be the last, and the last is going to be the first. Top to bottom structures are dissipating, and everything is going to be revolving around a human being. Your DNA is going to restore to your original blueprint. Your gifts are coming back, and everything beyond physical senses. All your chakras are energy centers. All those are different realms. They have been divided till this point. Now all of this is merging. This is why you are going to become whole again and operate as a unit. You will start remembering things. You will remember who you are, where you come from, your past lives. Your perspective and your attitude towards life is going to change. You will understand why you are here, what is the name of the game. You will also look at the death differently. There will be a new way of payment, but it's etheric. Light and light and light is going to be leading this world, and more that you are light, better for you. More that you do the things of the light, better for you. There is going to be different way of travel. There is going to be new breed of man, lots and lots of babies coming that are totally restored to the full potential. Dark and people that are dark, they are going to burn out from the light. New, longer lifespan is also coming. Spirituality is going mainstream. Restoration of planet Earth in every possible way imaginable. You will be getting your rewards and abundance, which was always yours to have. Natural medicine going mainstream. Mass awakening and quantum jump in consciousness. People will see miracles as healings happen overnight. Higher knowledge will be coming from children. Once you are all integrated, you will have this ability to consciously create. All the systems are going to be changing: education, money, transport, governments, all of it. I've just posted 44 predictions on my YouTube channel, Maya 7 Stars, so head over there if you want to see the full version, because the next 5 years are truly the most exciting years we ever seen, and we are going to live it. I'll see you there.
So this lady asks, this black lady, are white women really that scared of black women? And I'm going to say yes. And this is my opinion as a white woman who is 53 years old and has lived in the South in Georgia in my entire life. But it's not being scared, but it's a fear. And it's not a physical fear. It is the mental fear. It is what we see in you and what we see you doing and how it challenges us, and the fear of that. So we see black women and we see how strong you are. We see you coming together as a community. We see you supporting each other. We see you supporting your community, supporting your families, supporting your children, going out and fighting for your rights, being authentic in your race and in your femininity. Anyway. And we're jealous. I think we're jealous because we would love to be that, I think, and we don't know how to break out of the indoctrination that we have been suppressed by our entire lives. And I'm not giving white women a pass, don't get me wrong, but I know I, and most women, white women have been told our entire lives, be quiet, know your place, be a good girl, don't rock the boat, don't be too much. And when you are any of those things, you are ostracized because you have rocked their boat. And that is what black women are. You rock our boat, our mental boat, because you challenge us to look at how we are deficient and not living in our truth and it makes us uncomfortable. And people don't like to be uncomfortable. And it makes us start to question ourselves. And people don't like to question themselves. We would rather live in our little bubble of white supremacy and what we know and comfortableness. I know that's not a word. Than a lot of people would, white women would, rather than challenge themselves to grow and know more. Because it's easy. Doing the work is hard. It's really hard. I've been doing the work the past several years, and it's hard. It is hard admitting some truths about yourself and some truths about yourself as a white woman. So yeah, I think that white women are scared of black women because you challenge us in that way, and a lot of us don't like it. And that's why we fear you. It's because we fear what you make us face.